Have you ever felt like you are self-sabotaging and you just don't know why? Have you ever felt like you're trapped inside some invisible force field that just won't let you progress, no matter how much you try? Hi, I'm Marianne from One Life to Flourish. Welcome to tonight's episode of Monday Motivation, which is all about what to do about self-sabotage. So a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, we're going live in a couple of locations. So if you're wanting to be able to communicate with me, please click the link that should be up above and come and join me over where I can actually see your comments and so on. And also, if you know someone who would be interested in this topic, please invite them along as well. So I've found that this feeling of being trapped into self-sabotage happens to many, many people, including me. But why does it actually happen? So research has actually shown that it really goes back to our beliefs, and these are the deep-seated beliefs that we're not even aware of. So beliefs are really important things that are set up in the unconscious mind, and they're the guiding principles that provide direction and meaning to our lives. So they're really important. Now, if you want to get a little bit more information about this, I would recommend Stephen Atchison's book, The Belief Principle, where he talks all about different ways to deal with beliefs. But one of the things that he says is that the deepest beliefs that we hold are actually formed by the age of 7 years old. So that's a little bit scary if you think about what children are like at 7 and younger, about how they think and perceive things. It's often a little bit mixed up. So you can understand why sometimes our beliefs can actually create problems for us. So there was a time when I believed that I couldn't do any kind of videos, particularly any live videos. Now, this belief was so strong that I would do anything to avoid a situation where I might have to be on video. I was part of a group coaching program where at one point we had a weekly challenge to create videos around a particular topic and post them into the group. Now, I really tried to actually do the challenge. I wrote out my scripts. I found a couple of apps to try and help me with videoing. I even did some practice runs. I did everything that I could think of to actually get through this kind of block. In the end, I didn't post anything at all. So what was going on? Why was that the case? Consciously, I wasn't trying to avoid the situation. I actually really wanted to have a go at it. But every time I tried, I just banged up against this belief that I was not even consciously aware of. And I self-sabotaged myself. So this kind of thing is actually an example of a limiting or a disempowering belief. The actual belief was much deeper, obviously, than you can't do live videos, because probably at the time that I was 7, in fact, definitely at the time I was 7, there's no such thing as live videos. Hi, Liz. Yes, definitely different belief now. And I'm going to go through a little bit about what happened with that. So obviously there was a much deeper underlying belief that kept me from doing things like videos and live videos that would make me visible. And that belief just stopped me from doing what I wanted to do. Now, not all beliefs are limiting. Some of them are actually positive and empowering beliefs. So we don't want to deal with all of our beliefs. In fact, we want to try and build more positive and empowering ones. The really important thing, though, is to actually recognize and deal with the limiting beliefs if we want to be able to do things that are really important to us so that we can make the progress that we want in our life. Now, we can create new beliefs. This is the good news. We don't have to give up just because we're past the age of 7. But sometimes the new beliefs that we try and bring about are much more difficult to retain. And this is because they'll kind of bang up against those illogical, deep-seated beliefs from the time when we were so young. And these beliefs are often really quite difficult to work out. They're kind of hidden deep down. In fact, I've worked with several clients who didn't even realize that they held a particular belief until it was revealed through some of the processes that we went through. And sometimes just actually recognizing the belief is enough to start to defeat it and work with it and move through that self-sabotage. Sometimes it's not. It depends on what the belief is. So if there's this conflict between what you want to believe and what you've already got in place, then this is where things can get a little bit tricky. So can we do anything about it? Obviously we can, because I'm here on video. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. So some things can be a little bit harder, like a process can be a little bit harder to deal with. But it is absolutely possible. The first part of it is actually recognizing that there is some kind of a belief that's stopping you, and then actually spend a little bit of time trying to figure out exactly what that is. Why is it having an impact on you? If you want to get a little bit of an idea of how that might work, I'm going to recommend you have a look at the book, The Belief Principle, because Stephen Aitchison goes through and presents a really nice, easy process to work through that so that you can work on it yourself. Now, the reason why I'm here able to talk to you is proof that it is absolutely possible to deal with your limiting beliefs and to change them or to alter them to something that's more positive. Now, how did I do it? I did it in a very quick way over only a few hours when I was actually studying for my neuro-linguistic programming practitioner qualification. In just a few hours with some of the other students practicing some different techniques, I just went from total avoidance of live video to actually going and doing my first live video. I actually did it right there at the course. So, you know, there are lots of different ways that you can defeat your limiting beliefs and get through self-sabotage. You don't have to keep it. So if you're tired of sabotaging your progress, then it's time to actually start to look at your limiting beliefs and try and create a more positive future for yourself. So in line with that, today I'm just going to talk very briefly about something that I do that can help you in just 4 weeks to achieve this. So this is my Get Moving with Confidence program. So over just 4 weeks, only a few short sessions, you can actually release the emotions and the limiting beliefs that are holding you back, and you're going to emerge confident and ready to get moving into a more positive future. So normally this program is $200, but as part of the broadcast, I'm offering it for only $185 for the first 5 people who actually comment with belief or message me with belief, and I'll get back to you. Now, I'd also like to invite you along to join me each Sunday morning at 11 a.m. for my Making the Leap show, which is where I interview some amazing, inspirational business owners about how they made the change from an employee to actually having their own business. And each week they've got some amazing stories and some amazing tips that can inspire you or just help you to keep going if you're already on that journey. So I'd like to invite you along to that. This Saturday, I'm talking to Zviko, for those people who know her. She's got an amazing story, especially coming from Africa over to Australia. So please join me then. Now, I also have a special broadcast of that happening on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Because I missed this Saturday for a bit of a reason. So join me. It's really interesting and amazing stories. I'm just loving talking to some of these inspirational business owners. So thank you for joining me tonight. You know, make the move and you can defeat self-sabotage. It is entirely possible. And join me next Monday night for some more inspiration that will get you moving into your new week with some confidence or some plans that can help you out. So goodbye for this week.